number 12. Write journal entries in the books of company for forfeiture and reissue of forfeited shares from the following information. Company forfeited 800 equity shares of rupees 10 each of a shareholder for non-payment of allotment money of rupees 4 per share and call money of rupees 3 per share. This shareholder had paid 3 per share with application and forfeited shares were issued at 8 per share. Now here, the shareholder holding 800 equity shares is not able to pay allotment money of rupees 4 and call money rupees 3. He paid only 3 rupees for the application and that 800 shares were forfeited and it was reissued at 8 rupees per share. So your first equity share capital account debit to 800 multiplied by 10 is 8000. To equity share forfeiture account 800 multiplied by 3 2400. Allotment money and call money 800 multiplied by 4 and 800 multiplied by 3. Afterwards, bank issued that forfeited shares for 8 rupees. So bank account 800 multiplied by 8 6400. Equity share forfeiture amount means remaining amount 2 rupees 800 multiplied by 2 1600. To equity share capital account 8000. Now this difference 2400 minus 1600 will be transferred to capital reserve account. Equity share forfeiture account 800 to capital reserve account 800. Second entry, RK Company Limited forfeited 600 shares of 10 each of Sunil. Sunil had paid applications and allotment money of 5 per share but had not paid 3 per share and 2 per share for first call and final call. Out of the forfeited share, 400 shares were reissued at 600 share to Mittal. Means total 600 shares are forfeited, but from that only 400 shares are reissued at 6 rupees. Equity share capital 600 multiplied by 10 6000. To share forfeiture total 5 rupees are paid, that is of allotment and application. So 600 multiplied by 5 3000. To equity share call in arrears we can also write here for first call and final call. Call in arrears account 600 multiplied by 5 is 3000. Debt from 600 400 shares are reissued at 6 rupees. So 400 multiplied by 6 2400. Equity share forfeiture remaining amount 400 multiplied by 4 1600. To equity share capital account 4000. Now whatever difference will be there, we have to transfer in for capital reserve account. So equity share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account credit. Now here total 600 shares were forfeited, but from that only 4000 shares are issued. Okay. So here the amount of forfeiture was 5 rupees per share. So 400 multiplied by 5 is 2000, but 4000 minus 5, 400 multiplied by 5 is 2000 minus 1600. So difference will be 400, which will be transferred to capital reserve account. Okay. Actual price is 5 rupees. So 400 multiplied by 5 2000 less 1600. Point number 3. A shareholder holding 3000 equity shares at 10 each has paid application money at 13 per share including premium, allotment money at 13 per share including premium. His share was forfeited for non-payment of call of 4 per share. Forfeited shares were issued at 7 per share. Means total 6 rupees are paid and 4 rupees are remaining. So equity share capital account total price of share is 10 rupees. So 3000 multiplied by 10 30,000. Call in arrears remaining share are 3000 multiplied by 4 12,000. Here we can also write final call. Equity share forfeiture account 18,000. 3,000 multiply 6. Debt shares were issued at 7 per share. So 3,000 multiplied by 7, 21,000, and yet amount remaining 3,000 multiplied by 3, 9,000 to equity share capital 30,000. Now here forfeiture difference 18,000 minus 9,000. So 9,000 will be transferred to capital reserve account. Sum number 13. Write journal entries in the books of company for forfeiture and reissue of forfeited shares from the following information. Company forfeited 1200 equity shares of 10 each held by Katra for non-payment of allotment money of rupees 14 per share including premium and first and final call money 3 per share. Company reissued all the forfeited shares after giving maximum permissible discount. These shares were purchased by Kanu. Okay. So here is not able to pay allotment money and first call and final call. Means he paid only application money. Equity share capital account 1200 multiplied by 10 means 12,000. And your security premium is also rupees 10 rupees. So 1200 multiplied by 10, 12,000. To equity share forfeiture account 3600 and call in arrears 20,400. Now here they have only paid 3 rupees. So 1200 multiplied by 3 is 3600. Afterwards, it was reissued at 7 rupees. So bank account debit 1200 multiplied by 7, 8400. Equity share forfeiture 1200 multiplied by 3, 3600 to equity share capital account 12,000. Ramesh holds 600 equity shares of rupees 10 each in a company. He had paid application money at 3 per share and allotment money at 2.50 per share, but could not pay first call money of 2 per share. Company forfeited above shares before making final call after necessary formalities. Company reissued all these shares at discount of 4 per share. To equity share capital 600 multiplied by 7.5 is 4500. To equity share forfeiture account 3300. To equity share first call account 600 multiplied by 2 is 1200. Bank account debit 600 multiplied by 3.50 is 2100 and to equity share forfeiture account 2400. To equity share capital account 4500. Six hundred multiplied by 7.5 is 4500. 600 multiplied by 2. Difference will be transferred. Equity share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account 900. 900. Question number 3. Company forfeited 400 equity shares of 100 each issued at a premium of 20% on face value. 80 per share are called up on these shares for a non-payment of allotment money of 50 including premium. These shares are forfeited before making first and final call. These shares reissued before first and final call at 36,000 as fully paid up. Okay. Now the question. Company forfeited 400 equity shares of 100 each and it was issued at a 20% premium on face value. 20% premium on face value. So 4,000 multiplied by will be get 8,000 rupees. 80 per share are called up as these shares, including premium. For non-payment of allotment money of 50, including premium, these shares were forfeited before making first and final call. Here they are clearly told that a company forfeited shares before first and final call. But here allotment money is not paid, and the share issued before first and final call at 36,000 was fully paid up. So 4,000 multiplied by 60, 24,000, and to security premium 8,000. To equity share forfeiture account 12,000, and to call in arrears 20,000. Bank account, here they have total 36,000 are there. So forfeiture account 4,000, and to equity share capital account 24,000, and call in advance 16,000. The difference will be transferred. 12,000 minus 4,000, it will be 8,000. Equity share forfeiture account debit to capital reserve account credit.